Close your eyes for a second. Imagine you want to explain the feeling of a sunset to someone who has never seen one. You use words like orange, warm, or beautiful. But those words are just shadows of the actual experience. For 200,000 years, humanity has been trapped in a biological prison. Our thoughts are infinite, but our way of sharing them is ancient, limited by the speed of our vocal cords and the clumsiness of our fingers. But what if you could transfer the actual feeling of that sunset? What if you could beam the raw data of your experience directly into another person's mind? This is no longer a dream. We are witnessing the birth of the human upgrade, a moment in history where we stop being just biological organisms and start becoming something more. I'm Abd El-Razek Naeem, and today on Neural Fact, we explore the terrifying and brilliant future of brain-computer interfaces. Phase 2, the Silicon Bridge, the technical reality. To understand where we are going, we have to look at how we are built. Your brain is the most complex machine in the known universe, containing 86 billion neurons firing electrical sparks every millisecond. But compared to a modern computer, your brain is slow. A computer can process billions of operations per second. You struggle to remember a 10-digit phone number. This is the bandwidth problem. Elon Musk's Neuralink, along with competitors like Synchron and BlackRock Neurotech, is trying to solve this by building a high-speed bridge. They aren't just putting a chip in your head. They are sewing threads, microscopic, electrodes thinner than a human hair, directly into your motor cortex. These threads listen to your neurons. When you think about moving your hand to type, "Hello," the AI decodes those electrical spikes before your hand even moves. In initial trials, paralyzed patients have already used this technology to play video games, browse the web, and send emails using nothing but their thoughts. But this is just step 1. Step 2 is much more radical, the high-resolution merge, where the computer doesn't just listen to you, but starts talking back. Think about the time it takes to get a PhD. 10 years of reading, memorizing, and practicing. Now, imagine if that 10-year process could be condensed into a 5-minute file transfer. This is the concept of knowledge downloading. If we can map the neural pathways of a master pianist or a nuclear physicist, theoretically we could copy and paste those patterns into a new brain. But the implications go even deeper. If your memories, your personality, and your essence are just patterns of data, then why do we need a biological body at all? Welcome to the concept of digital immortality. In a world where your self can be backed up to a cloud server, death becomes a choice, not an inevitability. Your consciousness could inhabit a robotic body, or live forever in a hyper-realistic simulation. We are talking about the end of the human life cycle as we know it. But as we gain the ability to live forever, we have to ask, what happens to the soul when it's stored on a hard drive? Now let's talk about the part that keeps neuroscientists awake at night. If a bridge exists between your brain and the internet, that bridge works both ways. Every device connected to a network can be hacked. Imagine a world where ransomware isn't something that locks your computer, but something that locks your memory. A hacker could theoretically bypass your neural firewall and inject false memories, trigger artificial depression, or even delete the faces of your loved ones from your mind. Worse yet, imagine cognitive capitalism. Corporations could pay for mental ads that appear as your own internal thoughts. You don't just see an ad for a soda. You suddenly feel an overwhelming thirst for that specific brand, believing it was your own idea. In the Neuralink era, the most private place in existence, the inside of your head, becomes the new battlefield for data privacy. If your brain is online, are your thoughts still yours? Or are they just user data owned by a tech giant? 8:30 Den Desio. Phase 5, the final threshold. We are the last generation of unplugged humans. Within the next few decades, the choice to stay 100% biological might become a disadvantage. How can a natural human compete in a job market against someone who has an AI coprocessor in their skull? We are moving toward a species split. On one side, the biologicals, limited, mortal, but pure. On the other, the transhumans, upgraded, connected, but potentially compromised. As we stand at this threshold, we must decide what it truly means to be human. Is it our flaws that make us beautiful? Is it our mortality that gives us meaning? Or is our destiny to leave our flesh behind and become a civilization of pure mind? The future isn't coming. It's already here, waiting to be plugged in. Hit the subscribe button to stay updated on the evolution of our species. The question isn't whether you'll get the chip. The question is, who will you be after you do?